it's good to see you when it's real. Finally, you know we're tired of talking. You're probably tired of asking questions, and it's time for all of us to play. This is most of you that have followed our programs know we kind of refer to our journeys in chapters. This is chapter 4. This will be verse 1 of chapter 4, and it's our first opportunity to kind of show what our DNA will be for this year's team. There's never a duplication of that, regardless of how many you have returning. This team is unique. The makeup of it's unique, and we get to kind of see the first version of it this Saturday, and really excited to get it going, as I'm sure every team is at this point. We feel like we've had a successful camp, and it's time to play. We respect every opponent that we play. Jason Simpson is a wonderful man. He and I worked some camps together when I was at Lambeth at Black Mountain, up in the mountains at FCA camp, and I have tremendous respect for him and the way he does things and the job that he does there. He coaches a very balanced football team. They, I believe, averaged 212 yards rushing, 214 passing last year. It's extremely balanced. Played 2 SEC opponents last year and moved the ball very effectively. Had over 400 yards, I believe, in both games. And so that tells me that he gets them prepared to play in big contests against opponents like ourselves, which doesn't surprise me from knowing him. He's got 7 returners on defense, kicking games intact back, and offensively, again, they're extremely balanced. So it'll be a good test for us to open up on 11 o'clock at the Vault Saturday morning, and really excited to kick it off.
Raise your hand and bring a microphone to you. We'll take questions up front first.
What do you think the team's DNA that you call it is?
I don't know, Doug. I wish I knew. I could sit here and make up a lot of things that I think could be, but until you really do it, I don't know that as a coach you really know. I mean, my wife always has this discussion with me, and what do you think? How good are you going to be? And you know, and I really am never quite sure. I like what I've seen in our attitude, the way we've gone about our business in fall camp. There's things I wish we would pay more attention to as a coaching staff and as young men, but I don't know that you ever get those. I mean, we're human, we're individual. I remember when I was an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid, and I probably see things quite differently now than I did then, and I probably, you know, put more emphasis on things that I know are more important for the development of you as a player and a person than I probably did when I was a young kid too. How does that translate into, I just think when you talk about accountability, great teams understand that, they get that, they're accountable for their job. And until you get out there and the coaches are on the sideline and teams are going at a different pace and fans are yelling and screaming, and you got to make an adjustment on the fly on emotion and make sure you do your job. Until you do that, when it's real, I don't know that I can really answer totally yet, but I'm cautiously optimistic that we're going to grasp our accountability to each other and have a successful season.
I'll be the one to ask who you're going to start at quarterback.
You know, I felt pretty good, you know, this time last week that I was in the right place. All 3 competed extremely well last week. 2 of the 3 had their best week, and the one that I had the gut feeling about didn't have a terrible week, but didn't have as great a week. But unless something changes this week, I'm not ready to, you know, I know who's going to take the first snap. I don't know who our starter for the season's going to be yet, and that competition is still ongoing. And this week could change my mind, but Today in practice, Chad's gonna take the snap with the ones. I anticipate that, carrying on throughout the week leading up to Saturday, unless, something just, totally changes my mindset. I expect all three to play, and, but I don't want to be quoted today that it's locked in stone. It is a very close competition. Like I said, I like all three. All three have different things that they bring. And this decision basically is based upon just, we have a chart that I look at every day that has tracked every single rep that every quarterback's had. And if you look at pass percentages, turnovers, scoring drives, all of those things, he has a slight edge on the other